In a world where every smile, every glance, and every gesture of a royal figure is analyzed under a microscope, something captivating, something undeniably off-script, has been unfolding in the Danish royal family. Specifically, in the latest public appearances of Queen Mary of Denmark and her husband, King Frederik X. Has Queen Mary's dazzling smile begun to carry a subtle strain? Has King Frederik's usually calm demeanor started to falter under the spotlight? These are the questions captivating a nation, and the world. Because this is not just a tale of crowns and ceremonies. This is a human story, of love, pressure, duty, and possibly distance. Join us, as we peel back the royal curtain and bring you an in-depth, emotion-filled, and revealing look into the dynamic between Denmark's newly crowned monarchs, Queen Mary and King Frederik. You'll want to stay until the very end for insights that no one else dares to reveal. Since ascending to the throne earlier this year following Queen Margrethe II's surprise abdication, King Frederik X and Queen Mary have become the heart and soul of Denmark's monarchy. For over 2 decades, their fairy tale romance, an Australian commoner meeting a Danish prince at the Sydney Olympics, has been the kind of real-life story we thought only Disney could write. Elegant, grounded, and compassionate, Queen Mary has become a global icon. King Frederik, long admired for his modern approach to monarchy and understated charisma, has taken on the enormous weight of his mother's legacy. Together, they have embodied unity and purpose. But recent public appearances have sparked more than admiration. They've triggered concern. Royal watchers are trained to notice the tiniest of details. A slight lean toward or away. The lack of eye contact. A missing touch on the arm. And lately, something's been different. At a recent state event in Copenhagen, Queen Mary arrived solo, radiant in a bespoke navy gown, yet unmistakably alone. King Frederik arrived separately. They posed for photos. Yes, but the warmth, the quiet intimacy they once shared. Absent, detached, as if they were fulfilling roles, not embracing them. Body language experts have been swift with their interpretations. Gestures once overflowing with natural warmth now seem rehearsed. Smiles have a tightness. Their famous synergy looks interrupted. If Queen Mary is feeling the weight of this shift, she hides it with incredible poise. Still, observers couldn't help but notice that at Denmark's National Day celebration, Mary appeared stoic, even when surrounded by joyous flag-waving crowds. Her expressions were regal but unreadable, her tone polished but unusually formal. During her speech about national unity and the power of tradition, there was something in her eyes that lingered beyond her words. A melancholy, perhaps, a storm kept expertly at bay. Sources close to the palace suggest that Mary has felt increasing pressure, not just from her expanded royal duties, but from an evolving dynamic with Frederik himself. Since becoming queen, she has taken on more public-facing leadership than ever before. And while she's rising to the occasion with elegance, it's hard not to notice that she is also doing more of it, alone. On the other hand, King Frederik has never been a man to easily wear his emotions. His cool, often reserved demeanor is part of his charm. But even for him, recent months have revealed cracks. At the Aarhus naval ceremony, cameras caught a rare, unguarded moment. As Frederik addressed the troops, his voice wavered. His hands trembled just slightly. And when asked about Queen Mary's absence that day, his response was vague: "We balance our duties as needed." Not exactly the words of a unified front. More telling was his distant behavior. During the official royal visit to Greenland, while locals cheered his arrival, his usual warmth seemed dampened. Where he would typically share quick smiles with Mary or reach for her hand during public walks, there was only space. And silence. Could it be the pressures of the crown? Or something more personal? Fueling speculation even further is the ongoing shadow cast by an explosive Spanish tabloid story from late 2023. That report alleged Frederik had shared a secret dinner with a Mexican socialite, sparking a media frenzy. Although the palace never confirmed or denied the rumors, they issued a carefully worded statement about the king's respect and devotion to his family. But in royal circles, silence often speaks volumes. Since then, the couple has rarely been seen engaging affectionately in public. It's as if the scandal didn't just shake public trust, it disrupted something in the very foundation of their partnership. Royal experts like Lars Hovbach Sorensen note that while Mary and Frederik remain committed to their roles, there is a new distance, an emotional professionalism replacing what was once genuine public affection. To understand the current strain, we must consider the enormous pressure of the roles they now carry. Queen Margrethe reigned for 52 years, a towering legacy to live up to. King Frederik, a man who once rebelled against strict royal protocols, is now the ultimate symbol of tradition. That shift alone would challenge any marriage. Queen Mary, meanwhile, is navigating one of the most high-profile transformations in modern royal history. From Australian lawyer to crown princess to queen, her journey has been stunning, but not without cost. The balance between public duty and private fulfillment is delicate, and increasingly, it appears the two may no longer be in perfect harmony. On social media, royal fans have voiced both concern and empathy. They used to glance at each other like teenagers in love, one Instagram user commented under a royal event photo. Now, they look like colleagues at a formal meeting. Another said, Queen Mary deserves support, not distance. She looks tired, sad, even. Meanwhile, Danish newspapers have cautiously started covering the topic with headlines such as, "Are Denmark's royals growing apart?" or, "Behind the crown, a marriage of duty." Still, royal watchers are divided. Some believe the couple is simply adjusting to their new roles. Others fear the unthinkable, a future where Denmark's beloved king and queen quietly drift further apart. Palace insiders, speaking on condition of anonymity, paint a picture of a royal household currently under restructuring. Several high-ranking aides were reportedly reassigned or quietly replaced after the transition from Queen Margrethe to Frederik and Mary. One insider notes, Mary has grown far more independent in decision-making. She no longer runs everything through Frederik. Another adds, they are still a team, but not the same team they were 2 years ago. Insiders also claim that Queen Mary has been retreating to her native Australia more frequently, allegedly under the guise of solo charity work and family visits. Some believe these trips are a way to regain inner balance. Their 4 children, Prince Christian, Princess Isabella, and twins Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine, have remained steadfastly out of the spotlight during this period of tension. But sources say Queen Mary has taken a more dominant role in their upbringing recently. Prince Christian's 18th birthday and his increased visibility have been a welcome distraction. Yet even during these joyful occasions, the physical distance between his parents has remained noticeable. Observers note how, during official portraits and ceremonies, Mary often stands slightly apart from Frederik, not enough to spark scandal, but enough to raise eyebrows. Is this part of a carefully curated image, or a reflection of a reality too complicated to conceal? In the world of royalty, image is everything. But truth has a way of seeping through even the finest embroidery. Will Queen Mary and King Frederik find their way back to the closeness that once inspired the world? Or is their bond evolving into something more formal, more functional? One thing is clear, the Danish people adore them both. But adoration is not enough to sustain a partnership, especially under the crushing weight of the crown. As the summer royal tour approaches, all eyes will be watching. Will we see a rekindling of that old flame, or a deeper descent into royal formality? Closing call to engagement. Speak your heart below. Have Queen Mary and King Frederik simply matured into their roles, or are we witnessing the slow unraveling of a royal love story we all believed in? Let us know in the comments. Because in the realm of royalty, what happens between the lines is often the most revealing of all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth royal analysis and emotional behind-the-scenes stories you won't find anywhere else.